In this black crossover family of Russians with 3 children, the car accelerates, passes through deployed studded lanes, stops halfway, turns the car across to detain border guards. At this time, a woman with children runs to the Belarusian CPP. And this video is from surveillance cameras on the Belarusian side. The footage shows a frightened and confused woman offering the family water.
The children thought it was the Polish border guards who caught up with us. But then they said no, Belarus. All of you Belarusians are already in Belarus. Then they calmed down.
We contacted Zulika Maleva as soon as she recovered a little. So what drove her seven to such despair?
I told them if I violated something, if I have to extradite, I do not mind. Just the children too. So the kids don't come back to Sweden.
In the Swedish city of Malmö, the family left the Chechen Republic in February 2014 to work. Everything would be fine if it were not for the situation that happened to them a year ago.
With the eldest at that time 16-year-old daughter.
Zulikin has 6 children. When she was on the bus, the driver probably mistook them for terrorists, says Zulikin.
And at the nearest stop there were already 5 police cars and a helicopter. They did not even ask us. Then we filmed the beatings. They beat our daughter as well.
The Swedish police beat you?
I had 2 broken ribs. My daughter had blood on her face as they were lying on the asphalt when detained. We were shocked. I never thought that in Sweden. If Sweden is a democratic country, then how could this happen? It's lies.
A few minutes later, her husband was detained in another part of the city. And then everything is in the best traditions of juvenile justice in a European way, according to the woman. Although all suspicions were dispelled within 3 days, the local authorities took her children away from her. Some were placed in a boarding school, others were hastily found a guardian.
I don't think the Swedes would have been treated the same as us. My children, for example, were placed with a man. He was sentenced 3 times. He was openly homophobic, racist, he does not hide his views. The children were even forbidden to pray. They had no food. For a month and a half they were given bread and water.
Then the couple decided to steal back their own children and take them to Poland.
A warrant was sent by the Predas, a European arrest warrant, but the Polish court refused. A separate civil court was to be held for the children. We also wrote to this civil court in Warsaw. We never got an answer.
As the couple was informed by their lawyers, Zulikin did not have a ban on leaving Poland or her husband and children, but in fact, they were not allowed to leave the country. This was their 3rd attempt to cross the border with Belarus, but each time they received a refusal from the border guards and did not receive a clear explanation. And yesterday her husband decided that there was no turning back and began to press the gas. Now the father is arrested.
He will be held responsible for attempting to cross the state border using force and destruction of property.
Lawyers in the European Union have repeatedly said the number of requests for help from our compatriots doubled in the last 6 months. Just a couple of months ago we told the story of one more Latvian family. The Swedish social services also wanted to take away 3 children from them because their siblings spoke to each other in Russian.
The teacher said it was an illegal language.
They fled the country through Finland, successfully throwing only the bare necessities into the car. This family now lives in Krasnodar. As for Zuli Khan, she and her 3 children are still in Belarus, under the care of the Russian Consulate General.
Our colleagues are working on procedural issues that need to be resolved so that our citizens can return to their homeland in the Russian Federation.
Children's Ombudsman Maria Lvova also commented on what happened today.
The issue of prompt restoration of documents is being worked out, because the family left them in the car when they escaped, and now it is important to quickly help them with this. For our part, we will get involved. It is important now to find out what kind of financial and material assistance the family needs.
It is also known that one of Zulikin's daughters had previously turned 18. And she was able to leave Sweden for Russia on her own and is now staying with relatives in the Chechen Republic. 2 of her